see Ronald Beals from the Citadel Amateur Boxing Club square off against Steve McKay from the Albion Amateur Boxing Club. And these young gentlemen are heavyweights, 201-pound weight class. So in the red corner is Ron Beals. He's the Nova Scotia provincial champion. There you see him.
Matter of fact, I was talking to Ron Beals about 2 weeks ago, and he made sure that I came here tonight. He made sure I ran across the street and asked me to come here, and I'm glad I came here to see him fight.
I know Ron Beals, but not as a boxer. I know Ron Beals is a very talented basketball player, and I'm very glad to see him here.
I didn't realize when he was telling me to come see him fight, I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought he was talking about fight as basketball, dual one-on-one, but now I know that he's a fighter too. And I played basketball myself during my amateur career, so that's not unnormal for a fighter to be playing basketball.
Yeah, but
Roy Jones.
Were you any good?
I was great, and you know so because you were the referee then. I won MVP the 3 years since I played ball as junior high.
So we're underway here, round one. Ron Beals in red.
Now these are the big guys. You will hear big punches here.
And Steve McKay in the blue.
Good stiff jab by Ron Beals.
Both of them look very, very patient for young heavyweight boxers, which is good to see.
That is good to see. And
big left
hook
by Ron
That's good
Beals.
to see, and that's fighting in this division. You have to be patient because one wrong move is over for you.
So Beals and McKay just getting to know each other a little bit. McKay going to the body, he tags Beals with the left hand.
In a heavyweight fight, you're not going to see as many punches thrown as an amateur, as the smaller guys.
So Ron Beals throws a jab, doesn't land. Beals kind of just trying to get his bearings. And McKay appears to be a bit more willing to want to mix it up. Comes in with the left hand and beats the left hand. Another left hand from Beals on the counter.
Well, Ron Beals at this point, he seems to be the quicker puncher, but McKay, he seems to be the more aggressive and the more what you call a brawler type fighter.
Gotta say, I'm real impressed with the composure here and the patience shown by Beals.
I'm very impressed.
McKay comes in with his head down, throwing punches, and I think Beals, if he's as good a fighter as I know he is an athlete, he'll pick up on that sooner or later.
Yes, he will. One thing about being a fighter, you have to know how to change your game at any time, and you have to have composure, and that's what makes Michael Jordan a great basketball player. He has composure at the time when everybody is tired and lose the composure. He has composure, and that's what makes the difference in the game and in the fight.
So the end of round one, and Beals with a little bit of a cut lip, but I don't think it's anything to worry about.
No, it's nothing serious.
So young heavyweights. There you see nice solid left jab there.
Nice solid left jab, and sometimes if you walk into the jab at the wrong time, they can sting.
Jesus Christ, what do you want to do? Just fucking say, here, you win? Jesus, man. Come up here to fight this fucking guy. All you do is stand around and lose and wait, and you're looking. You're not doing fuck all.
Well, you know, the coach right now, he's kind of excited, and, you know, he wants the best for his guys, so he's speaking in the type of tone that he'll do anything to make his guy win. So right now he's trying to encourage his guy, and that's kind of normal in most of these type of sports.
You got to double that jab up. You got to fight
Well,
this
having
guy.
a man like Teddy Atlas in your corner, I guess you have to.
Yes, well, that's why I understand this so well, because Teddy Atlas, he's a type of motivator, and he's always like this. He's always hyped up. So, but the main thing is to get your guy focused for the fight. After the fight, you can be his best friend, but during the fight, you need to get him focused.
So, referee Bill Arsenal is asking them to wipe down Ron Beals just a little more. Says there's a little too much liquid on his face.
Box.
And we're all set, and here we go with round two action. Left from Beals and a right from McKay, and McKay means business this round.
What Beals need to do is not to get encouraged to go in there and slug. That he needs to stick on his game. And this game was working perfect for him. The first time was the moving boxer. He needs to go back to moving the boxing.
Right.
So Beals is not shy about mixing it up. And that's exactly what McKay wants to do.
That's exactly what McKay wants to do.
Stalking ever the stalker. And Beals with the hands up. Good defense. Hits him with a left jab to the chin. And eats a right hand. Comes back with a left.
Like I was saying earlier, Beals has to go back to boxing because this is what McKay wanted. When you fight a brawler, just because you can brawl a little bit, a brawler is a brawler, and usually a brawler will win on his own game.
And a right hand from Beals to the back of the neck there as McKay kind of turned. And there's another looping right hand. He blocks the right from McKay. Fires an uppercut.
Both of these guys are in great conditioning. You can see in the ring that they're not breathing too hard, so it just shows that these guys trained very well for this fight. And also, this was a prestigious event, and these guys, nobody wants to look bad doing anything in front of all these many people, so that helps the conditioning too. Just to have people behind you supporting you, it helps encourage and makes your conditioning a little bit better.
25 seconds remaining here in round 2. And let's see who can pull this round out here in the end. Beals circling to his right. And McKay with a body shot. Doesn't seem to have too much effect on Beals. As he comes back throwing the jab, takes a right hand.
No, well, the body shots don't look like they have an effect, but sooner or later they'll catch up to it. And Beals, McKay, his confidence is back right now, and that's why a boxer should always do what he does best, is the box. When you get into the other guy's game, you give the other guys confidence because more than likely the other guy will win in his own game.
Let's see if we can hear what they're saying in the corner.
Could we have Deanna Sperry, please? Deanna Sperry from the Halifax Medical Center down to the announcer's table, please.
Let him see. You know what they're going to do? Tell him to put more pressure and throw more punches. You have to back him up a little bit. You understand? Okay? You have to put your combinations together. You hit him with the hook, but you don't want to throw nothing behind it. You have to throw your double jab, right hand, left hook, everything like that, okay?
Not too wet, though.
Seconds out.
Dry him off.
Both guys are breathing pretty hard, so this here last round is going to be a hard-fought round, but a very tiring round at that.
All right, well, McKay's got a little abrasion over just on the side of his right eye, and Beals with a cut lip. And we're underway here in the final round of this heavyweight contest. Cecil Wright and Kirk Johnson calling the action here. We're live at ringside at the Metro Center.
See what Beals have done. He gave McGray confidence. Now he's coming back doing his game. His game is the brawl, and he has more confidence doing it there. So what Beals has to do is start sticking that jab and sticking right hands to take his confidence from him. And like I told you, with the body shots, at first they don't look like they're having any type of effect, but after a while, they catch up with you.
There was a slip as McKay was trying to go in for the kill, and Beals, showing that good footwork of his, was not there. Well, Beals looks like he can certainly take a punch.
Yes, he can. He's showing a lot of grit and a lot of determination.
And he's cautioned for holding. And we're back to action. I'm wondering if maybe, Beals' stamina hasn't been affected, though. He doesn't seem to be throwing too many. Now he throws the right lead. Takes a good body shot, and McKay turns it on here. And good left hook right on the button.
It was the reason why that punch never hurt as much because it was more of a slap punch.
And Beals takes a standing 8.
It sounded good. It was more of a slap. That's why Beals was able to stand up, withstand on the feet.
Beals tags him with another left.
What Beals needs to do is get back to his game like he's doing now, moving, trying to get the guy to swing after the win.
I want to tell you, I think McKay is just a little bit, doesn't have all his faculties. Well, I think he's back now as he lands a big right hand.
This is a hard fight, Ali and Joe Frazier.
Beals beats him to the punch with a jab. but he's got to throw more punches. I mean, we're talking, like you had mentioned, about amateur fighters. You got to land blows here. And
well, coming down to the last round, as an amateur fighter, you got to throw it all at the winner. You got to do everything to do it. And right now, McKay is doing everything that he needs to do to make the last round look impressive.
And there's the bell signifying the end of this fight.
This was an excellent fight. And like I said, when you see the bigger guys fight, you're going to see more power, and that's what you've seen.
Well, this is a fantastic learning experience for Ron Beals. I look forward to the next time I see him fight to see just how much he's learned from a brawling match like this one.
Well, usually, you know, when you're not a brawler and after you get to a fight like this, like myself, with alcohol, the first time I brawled, even though many felt I won the fight, the second time around, I learned the lesson that made me want to box more. And I'm pretty sure after looking at this fight and after feeling what he felt in this fight, he'll want to go back to doing the things that he normally can do. That's box.
So you see some of the action there. Good blows landed by both fighters. And I got to say, probably on aggression alone, you're probably looking at the winner of this bout right there.
Probably so.
Steve McKay from the Albion Amateur Boxing Club. But you never know.
You never know, man. I mean, Beals, he boxed great, and McCray, he brawled great. So it depends on what the judges like right now. If the judges are in the mood for a brawler, they'll pick the brawler. If they're in the mood for the box, they'll pick the boxing. But like I said earlier, because two guys showed a heart and the determination that they showed, I call them both winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight decided by unanimous decision. Your winner in the blue corner, Steve McKay.
So Steve McKay gets the nod, unanimous decision over a very, very game Ronald Beals, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a rematch someday between these two.
I wouldn't be surprised myself. And about the unanimous decision, what it is, it don't mean that the fight was not close. It just means that the whole three judges voted for you. So if three judges voted for you, but only by 1 point, they'll still call it a unanimous decision.
All right, so we're going to go back out of the ring to another interview from a great member of the Boxing Hall of Fame, great light heavyweight champion, Matthew Saad Muhammad.
One of the real greats.
Matthew, for people who don't know the story about your early childhood, I thought maybe you could take us back to that.
It started when I was about, I assume about 2 years old. My parents, as I learned later on, their name was Loach, Maxwell Antonio Loach. And my oldest brother, who was 9 at the time, supposed to be taking me to my grandmother's house. Well, it went to go that he took me to my grandmother's house, but he started walking very fast and then started running. And then all of a sudden, I find myself on Benjamin Parkway, you know, lost, abandoned. My brother just ran off. Maybe it was a plot. I don't know. But the thing is, now that I knew that what I had to do for struggling, and I had a little bit of experience for just taking care of myself and maintaining it, because it got worse when I used to go to school. I had to go past a certain section to go to school. Man, every day was like a rumble, you know. I got tired. I said I'm gonna start going to a gym to condition myself to train. This way, you know, I start beating people up, they won't bother me. And I did very well. But the thing is that I started getting out of the gang thing, you know, and start taking my boxing very seriously. I compiled about 24 amateur fights, doing very good. My trainer said, hey, Matthew, we might as well turn professional. You can't eat trophies. And, you know, that made very much sense for me. I guess then, you know, Nick Belfield was still managing me, and we took on Frank Gelb, who's a promoter in Atlantic City now. And from that point, we just started doing very well as a champion.
Okay.
So those are some words of wisdom from the great Matthew Saad Muhammad. And we're underway in round one of this welterweight contest between Ted Reno from the East Coast Amateur Boxing Club in blue and Kyle Clark from Ring 73 Amateur Boxing Club in Glace Bay, Nova Scotia in red. And Kyle Clark is the Canada Games gold medalist.
Yes, and in this fight right here, you can see the big time difference right here. You can see that these guys are very experienced. They've been fighting on the international, the national level, and you're going to see a very interesting fight here.
Well, Kyle Clark throws a lot of punches. You can tell he's got that amateur game down to a science.
Exactly. And you see a double left hook by Ted. Matt, believe it or not, me and Ted, we sparred about 8 months ago. He might be smaller than me, but I was working on my speed and he was working on his skill, and we sparred together on numerous occasions.
He didn't put you down, did he?
He hurt me once with that double left hook that he just landed a minute ago.
So both of these guys throwing a lot of punches here, and you know, if it continues like this, once again, tough night for the judges.
Well, you know, all night it's been a tough night for the judges, and I wouldn't want to be in the judge's position right now.
Good left hand on top of the head by Ted Reno. Clark comes back with...
These guys are throwing hard punches right now.
And lots of them as Clark eats a right hand. Good right to the body, and Reno comes right back. Good left-right combination by Reno. And another one.
Well, Reno is coming on now. He's shown why he's champ right now. But Ted is a good fighter, and he'll keep his composure and he'll come on strong. This will be a great fight like this right now.
Good body shot by Clark, and right back comes Reno with a good right hand to the head. This is about as evenly matched as you could have it. And heavy blows are being landed.
This is an excellent fight.
So that's the end of round one. Ted Reno in the blue corner and Kyle Clark in the red.
Okay, good round. Good stuff. Bring that leg up. The only thing you're doing, you're not expecting the counter punch. Get it in. So you gotta go bang, 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 step to the side. Okay? Looking good. Okay? Coming around. You got 2 rounds left. Just keep it up. Bang, bang, bang. Don't get those long shots in. Okay? Good.
Rick McDonald, he was a former trainer of Ricky Anderson as a professional, and you know, he's a very experienced coach himself. So Ted, he has a good coach in this corner.
It's like a good sparring session in the gym. Okay? Just let him go. Let him go. You got that bottle.
Well, that's Ted Reno in blue and Kyle Clark in red. And heavy blows landed. Good 1-2 by Reno. Another 1-2 right on the button by Reno, and back comes Clark. That right hand was blocked nicely by Kyle Clark, but Ted Reno is, he means business in there. He's firing away with both hands.
He does mean business. And he's keeping his hands up good, keeping his composure, and then sticking to his game plan. And he's throwing a lot of straight punches. Most times, straight punches will always beat the looping punches.
And Ted Reno doing some real nice, tricky things with his defense, using his elbows to block those punches to the midsection. Big right hand by Reno. Good body shot by Kyle Clark. And Reno right back with the left hand. Good exchange by both fighters. Tricky uppercut there by Reno.
Very tricky. You know, an uppercut is one of the hardest punches in boxing to defend against. And one of the dangerous punches. Usually when you get hit clean with that type of punch, you're hurt.
So these fighters putting on a fantastic exhibition here for the capacity crowd here at the Metro Center. Reno fires the right hand. I think it caught a glove. And that right hand was right on the button from Ted Reno. Reno is putting on a tremendous showing for himself. Good right hand.
Reno, he's showing the reason why he's champ. He's using his combinations. He's using all his experience right now.
Oh, big right hand landed by Ted Reno. Another one, and a standing 8 count applied to Kyle Clark. So nearing the end of the round. And there's the bell. Fantastic round.
This is a good fight. And Ted Reno, you know, he's showing his experience and he's showing the reason why he's a champ.
Hey, buddy, now.
Big right hand thrown by Reno there. Another good combination. And that's the one that the referee gave the standing 8 count.
Guy down trade. You stay on the outside, use the straight punches. Hooks or uppercuts after a right hand. Okay? Everything's working beautiful for you. Beautiful. You almost had him. You had
As you
him
can see, the corner wants him to stick to the straight punches because straight punches are working for him. His opponent is throwing right now at the time looping punches, and straight punches will always beat looping punches.
Hey, show this champ. Retire this guy.
Show him who the champ is.
Young fellas are taking over, man.
That's right. Show him who the champ is, baby.
So Teddy Reno and Kyle Clark for the third and final round. There you see the big right hand again by Reno, and now we're back to live action. Started the third round. Good punches thrown by both fighters here. Even exchanges so far, Kurt.
Yeah, this is the last round, and both guys are going to go for it. This is it. Nobody wants to lose in front of a big crowd like this here, and they're going to put everything they got in it. When they say 110%, this is what they mean right here.
Good right to the body.
Come on, Ted, let's do it.
And
good
solid left hand.
Let it go, Ted. Let it go. Let him go, Ted. You want to win.
So you notice that both fighters been throwing constant punches. That's what they needed to do, and
Let him go, Teddy.
both men are trying their best to win this fight. Precaution to the coach in the ring and the coach on the corner. In amateur fighting, you're not allowed to yell to your fighter. Coach from the corner. That's what that's called.
So you see momentarily a switch to the southpaw style, now back to the conventional right-handed style.
Because he had the ability to switch back and forth. That's the ability to confuse your opponent at the same time. Now, if you're pretty good at it, you'll have a lot of success. But sometimes it can be dangerous because when you switch a side that you're not used to, you can get caught with a big shot. This was an excellent fight.
That's something, you know, switching back from right-handed to left-handed isn't something that's advisable unless you're capable of doing it. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you don't fool around with that, do you?
No, not myself. As the amateur, I did it every now and then. But as a professional, you know, these guys are too experienced for me to fight at a disadvantage. You know, the first 3 rounds of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler fight. Marvin Hagler, he fought orthodox, and he gave Ray Leonard the first 3 rounds, which he shouldn't have did it, but that's what happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we wait for the decision for this last fight, you may have noticed some of the creative neon sign display.
So that was a fine amateur fight once again, as have all the fights been so far this evening. Here on Eastlink Community Television, live at the Metro Center.
These signs are here tonight courtesy of Creative Neon, Wise Road in Dartmouth, and my old buddy Tom Johnson. We'll be only too glad to hear from you. Creative Neon.
Lively crowd here tonight too, Kurt.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
They're not very quiet, are they?
It's a very lively crowd here. This looks like a Holyfield Lennox Lewis crowd here tonight.
Ooh, Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. Who would win?
The second fight around, I don't know. The first fight around, I say that Lennox Lewis won every round except one round. That was the third round.
I scored that fight myself, and I think I was being generous. I gave Holyfield 2 rounds.
Well, I got generous at the time, too. I gave him 2 rounds, but now that I look back at it, I say 1 round.
Kind of hard to figure, huh?
Yes, it is.
Small dot on the back cover on the left side.
So we're waiting for the decision here. And
we'll give you one of the team's jackets.
in the meantime, the master of ceremonies is, I don't know if they're awarding door prizes here or what, but if they are, with this kind of crowd, I kind of wish I had a ticket in on it.
For this last cup, Randy Kellogg to ringside.
So I think they're calling for a representative from the brewery to make the trophy presentation. And that might be what they're waiting for.
Mr. Scott Beatty of Owens Breweries will be presenting the trophies. And your winner, by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Mr. Kyle Clark.
And Kyle Clark with the decision.
This was an excellent fight for both fighters. Kyle Clark, he showed the reason why he was champ.
And it's funny because that's what his corner kept on telling him too. Show them why you're champ. Show them why you're champ.
Well, you know, that's once you become champ, they say it makes you like 10% better because, you know, just to know that you're champ, it gives you a little more confidence and a little more insurance on, yes, I can do it.
And I'll tell you something that I just noticed too there is Kyle Clark went over and held the ropes open for his opponent to leave the ring. Now that is class.
Well, see, being a champion is class and having great sportsmanship.
All right, let's go back out of the ring with great Hall of Fame referee Arthur Mercanti.
On the Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson second fight.
Well, you mean on the bite fight? The bite fight. Well, he was so frustrated. Tyson was so frustrated. He knew that he was on his way to being either knocked out or going to lose the fight, and he became frustrated. And being a kind of a kid in the environment he was brought up, you know, you win a fight no matter what. You kick, you bite, you do anything. So he resorted to the bite. And that was the worst thing that possibly could have happened, and it was a disgusting scene. It was like he was blood-sucking Holyfield's ear. He just stayed with it. You know, he just kept biting in and breathing it in. It was terrible.
Do you think that the suspension that he was handed is fair? Or should he have been banned from boxing?
No, I believe what happened was right. Yeah, it was right. He could have been banned, but
Of the evening, we're going to have Tyson Cave versus Sheldon Wow.
He's the 1997 and 98 Canadian silver medalist, Sheldon Wow.
And Sheldon Wow, the 1997 and 98 silver medalist at the national level.
Silver medalist, Tyson Cave.
And he's going to take on, there you see in the red, Tyson Cave from the Citadel Amateur Boxing Club. And this fight is interesting, Kirk, because we've got Wayne Gordon in one corner and his father, Taylor, in the other corner.
Well, you know, this is going to be a very interesting fight. You have very similar styles of coaching, so I'm very interested in seeing what they're going to tell their fighters.
Well, I've seen Sheldon fight before, and I'll tell you, this guy's a crowd pleaser. So that's Sheldon Wow in blue with the caveman trunks. And Tyson Cave in the red. And Cave switches to southpaw. And peppers Sheldon with a combination of left and right. And Cave moves right on in.
Cave, you know, he's a very quick fighter. He pretends he's moving around. Next minute, you know, he leaps in with these very fast combinations.
Kind of like the Prince Nassim.
Yes, like the Prince Nassim. But you have to be very careful when you're doing something like that because you never know what the guy has in store for you.
Tyson Cave pushes him back into the corner and looks for an opening. And Sheldon Weil fights his way out of that corner. They're back out in the center of the ring. Good left hand, though, from Tyson Cave, who switches back now. Now back to left. Tyson peppers him with lefts and rights in the corner. And gets a caution for holding.
I know for a fact that the Nova Scotia fans are very proud and very happy to see that we have great competition as amateur fighters here. And this shows the future for professional fighters will be very good.
Hey, you were at this level one time, and look where you are now, and I'm sure that all these fighters aspire to be where you are right now someday in their careers. Tyson Cave got pepper Sheldon Weil with right hands, and there's the bell ending the first round.
And I can tell that Tyson, he's a very confident fighter. You can see this by the things that he's doing, he's very confident.
Because he's pushing you when he gets in there. He's not hitting you. He's trying to push you. You're doing good. Just relax.
Now coming back to the second round, I'm just wondering what type of strategy Taylor Gordon's going to have his Sheldon come out with this time around.
Doing good, Shell. You're doing good, buddy.
He's trying to take that ring away from you. That's it. Get mean with him.
I see a change in the corner already. I see that Sheldon is getting out tight. He's getting his determination back, and he has caveman trunks on, so maybe he'll go out there and fight like a caveman.
Seconds out.
So this is going to be a very interesting round right here.
Well, he looks like he's ready. And we know that Tyson Cave is always ready to fight.
Yes, he is.
Sheldon throws a left hook, misses. And he comes in with a looping right hand. And we've got a little problem here.
A little wrestling match, you know, that both guys are hyped up right now. They're kind of excited, you know. They want to do so good in front of the fans that why these type of things happen. But the referee, Bill Arsenault, he knows how to bring these type of things back under control.
That's right. Bill Arsenault will have none of that, and the boys get back to boxing. And good right hand by Tyson Cave. And Sheldon Weil comes back with a right hand. And looks like Mr. Arsenault might have his work cut out for him.
He has his work cut out. They might be small guys, but they got big hearts, so he has his work cut out with big guys. Small guy with big heart, so really they're big guys.
Right hand by Sheldon Weil. And big left, right, left from Tyson Cave.
Too high up.
Doing a lot of wrestling along the ropes, but they listen to the break command, and they're back in the center of the ring. Left hand
Good right by Tyson.
Another right hand.
Right hand. Tyson's showing a lot of skills here. He's shown he has combination. He's shown that he has footwork. He's even doing the Ollie shuffle. He's very confident right now. He's out there having fun.
And he nailed him with a left right.
And when a fighter's having fun like that, you know, more than likely that particular fighter will win.
So Tyson Cave owning this second round from Sheldon Weil. Now Sheldon Weil putting on a little bit of a show, and they're both going to be admonished. Yeah. Sheldon has to remember, this is amateur boxing. So.
This is amateur boxing, so, you know, Bill Arsenault, and they won't have any of that type of showboating.
Well, it'll be very, very interesting as Arsenault takes a look in both corners.
Well, me, myself, as far as showboating, I don't mind a fighter showing their confidence every now and then.
Coming up last round.
I mean, after all, it is a sport that I like when fighters are having a good time in the ring. When you have a good time in the ring, that's the time you do the best. Like on a basketball court, when they're having a great time, that's when they do the best.
There you see some damage being applied by Tyson Cave against the face of Sheldon Weil. So Sheldon Weil out of the Sackville Amateur Boxing Club, and Tyson Cave out of the Citadel Amateur Boxing Club. Here you see the left-right And another left solid on the face of Sheldon Weil.
The last round is coming up. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Well, there you see.
Sheldon, he needs a big round this round if he expects to catch victory. And as far as Tyson, all he has to do is keep on doing what he's been doing.
Well, I'm sure that Tyson was told not to take too many chances, maybe just keep him on the end of the jab, but it doesn't appear like Tyson's that kind of fighter. He wants to finish the job.
No, he's not. You know, he's out there trying to finish the job, and sometimes that could be a mistake, but he's very confident right now. I doubt it very much that it is a mistake.
And he's very slick defensively,
very slick. And he's very confident in his defense.
Doesn't seem to take too many flush blows,
no,
but
he doesn't.
Certainly delivers in them.
Yes, he does.
So Tyson Cave in the red top and Sheldon Weil in the blue. Big right hand from Tyson Cave and the bull rush put on by Sheldon Weil. Tyson just keeps coming in, throwing punches, and Sheldon keeps catching them.
I think that was a bit of a low blow by Sheldon, but it wasn't intentionally. Those type of things happen from now and again. And I'm pretty surprised with Tyson's stamina. You know, he's been bouncing, slinging a bunch of punches, and he don't show no sign of wear and tear yet.
Now he's in excellent condition.
He's in excellent condition.
Still bouncing here.
Still bouncing, switching back and forth, throwing lots of punches.
And, you know, he's the aggressor in the contest,
yes, he is.
too. And he's bloodied the nose now with Sheldon Weil.
Finish strong.
Throws a left, takes a left on the chest.
But this is what I'm talking about by having fun in the ring. When you're having fun in the ring and doing what you want to do, most times that makes your conditioning a little better. But if you're tight and tense and not having a good time in the ring, everything seems to be strenuous and hard to you. That was an excellent fight. Great sportsmanship by both fighters.
Tyson Cave and Sheldon Weil, very entertaining fight. I've got to tell you, it'd be tough to pick a fight of the night so far. They've all been great.
I already picked the fight of the night. All of them.
So there you see a good look at Tyson Cave, the Citadel Amateur Boxing Club. I think Tyson's feeling pretty good about himself.
Would Michael Wilkins report to ringside to make the throw.
And there you see some of the action here in the replay. See Tyson throwing a lot of punches, out-punching Sheldon about 3 or 4 to 1.
Yes, he did. And right now, if you want to pick a winner, I would say that Tyson took this fight.
I don't think it's even close. So we have a Cantel representative in the ring right now to award the trophies. There you see some good sportsmanship. How often is it that a young fighter will embrace an amateur referee?
That just shows that he's very excited and very happy. And he's putting the hands up of his opponent, so that just shows great sportsmanship. And, you know, these guys are having a great time here tonight. Nobody's getting hurt here tonight, and everybody just enjoying themselves.
So Tyson Cave, there you see, the Canadian silver medalist is our champion tonight in this bout anyway. Well, we've had some fantastic amateur boxing matches here this evening. Just a superb night of boxing so far, and it's going to continue because we'll be coming back very, very soon with the professional. And for your viewing pleasure till then, enjoy this Out of the Ring segment with former lightweight champion of the world, the great Alexis Arguello.
Alexis, let me ask you what it was like growing up in Nicaragua.
Well, I was a poor kid, you know. When I was 13, I got thrown out of school, and when I was 14, 15, I got interested in the sport of boxing. And I love the fact that I really had something to look forward in my life and try to be the first Nicaraguan to win a world championship. And I did my best, and I did a good thing, you know, because I picked a beautiful sport, which is boxing, and I'm glad that I did a good job, and I'm happy.
If you don't mind me asking you, what kind of class did you grow up in? Was it lower class, middle class?
Poor. Poor people. When it rains, we have to move our bed because it was all in the ceiling, all over the place. But that was the beauty of my life. Is we're born so poor. At the time I was 15, I found something that I could be able to do, I could do, and it was boxing, and that's the important part of a kid. They're born poor and find something to develop his life, which I did in boxing.
How big is the family you grew up in?
There were 10. It was 8 brothers, 6 brothers and 2 sisters, my dad and my mom, which are 10 people in my family.
Now, I didn't find this in the research, but now 8 brothers. Did anybody else turn to boxing?
Actually, my older brother started it, but he never fought. I was the one that had the courage to do it, because when he was scheduled to fight, he got a temperature. He could not fight because he got a temperature, but when I got into the tournament for me to fight, I was so excited that I was fighting, and I fought and I won by knockout in the first round, and I said, oh, I can do this, you know, and I kept doing it.